In this beautiful life we live in, we face different challenges, from serious trauma to sickness and divorce and poverty and many more.
Papa ndagukunda nsabye Imana ngo uzakire uduhahire twongere tujye duhage ubone n'amafaranga y'ishuri.
But what can ever make you think that death, of all things, is better than life?
Yangani papa, komera.
That's an unthinkable imagination to most of us. But a couple of months ago, this was a reality to Byiringiro Fred, a man who wished death, but life won his soul.
Muganga yarazaga agakomanga hano akagira gutya akumirwa ati wa mwana warapfuye.
At one point, his own daughter asked God to take him, at least to save them from the lifelong traumatic image of seeing their father crawling helplessly on this bed. As if that's not enough, his wife was also very sick, and her sickness deteriorated until she became deaf. She had never been able to hear anything since then. Luckily, they had this beautiful young daughter who has played a great role in helping her parents to communicate.
Simaguruka ntabwo yumva uyu nguyu niwe uba utwumvira kaza kambwira gutyo umwana niwe udukurikirana hafi yadari nk'iyo yagiye ku ishuri ni ibyo nyine.
When we first visited this family for the very first time, Fred was lying on his bed, unable to wake up and help himself to anything. His wife was the only one responsible for his needs, and she took care of everything, from cleaning him to providing food and many more. Through GivingLife.com, people contributed to help him get better treatment, and Fred God and his life came back to some sort of normalcy.
Afrimax n'abashima Imana babigisha man simfuko n'abashima.
His house was repaired and his wife got some money to start a business. Everything was going on well and life was amazing. We visited them and stockpiled their shop where Fred and his wife were working from. Their children were back to school and Fred was slowly but steadily recovering. And all he had to say by that time was to thank everyone who has helped his family to change from this kind of life to this.
Imana ibongerere ibakubire karindwi Giving Life. Imana ibahe imigisha kubw'inkunga mumaye n'abanyumva bose mu byukuri mukomeze musengere.
But a few weeks ago, we had unpleasant news from the family and we decided to go back to visit them again. And this is the update.
Hano n'amaze no gupfa ibibazo byarakomeje birankurikirana. Abantu bo mu muryango wiwe baranyirukana. Amaze habe no kubango wenda reka tumuhe n'impamvu kuko yararwaje umuntu.
Her name is Ingabire Alexia. She's the wife of Fred and the mother of this beautiful girl, Umutoniwase Belize. The last time we visited her, she was smiling and laughing, gutted by the tears of joy. Today, her face is wrinkled, and her previous smile has turned into this sorrowful look. It's no wonder since her beloved husband, whom she spent the happiest time with, has died. Around July 2020, Freddie's condition deteriorated. His previous conditions, including kidneys and lungs, worsened and he was rushed to the hospital. Doctors did everything they could, but the man's life wasn't getting any better to the point that he was admitted into coma and he was not able to raise his face to life ever again. Fred got badly sick in his final days and he went to the hospital. But when I went to visit him, I could see that his sickness was worsening to the point he was admitted into coma. Even when he died, I didn't listen to his final words because by the time I went to visit him, he was in a coma. Even though the man had gone after a long and brave fight for his life, his wife remained with hope. She had a house and her small business was still functioning, even though it was badly affected by the COVID-19. His 2 children were still able to attend school, but everything changed.
Hano n'amaze no gupfa ibibazo byarakomeje birankurikirana.
The life we're living in now is not easy. I don't have a job. Even the little things I'm working on is just to make sure that my children will get what to eat. I'm struggling to even find enough money to pay my rent. School equipment for this child is tough to find. She has lost some weight because Fred used to buy us milk to drink, but we can't afford it anymore. Even food, the way we used to, is no longer the way we are eating now. What happened to this family is mysterious. Through the donations provided by the Afrimax community, Alexia and Fred had managed to renovate their house, and they believed it would be their home with their children forever. But that was not the case.
Noneho amaze no gupfa ibibazo byarakomeje birankurikirana. Abantu bo mu muryango wiwe baranyukana. Amaze habe no kuwango wenda reka tumuhe n'impamvu kuko yarwaje umuntu. Noneho bamaze kunyirukana umuturanyi kuko ari inshuti ya Fred, arabibona ndaza ndabimutakira, arambwira ngo agiye kuba ntije inzu yo kubamo. Ntizi inzu arambwira nzagutiza amezi 3 nurangiza uzishakire ukuntu wakodesha.
This is Mukamurara Oliver. She's the mother of Alexia and the grandmother of Belize. She claims that after Fred's death, his family came over and chased Alexia out of the house, and she's now renting the house she's living in now. They used to be in a very bad place, but the Afrimax community helped them and they repaired their house, even though Fred was struggling by that time. But what is more concerning is that everything done by the Afrimax community was nullified because Fred's wife was immediately chased away by Fred's family. She's now living on a rent, and she doesn't have money to pay the rent. Among those badly affected by this situation are Fred's children, who are now struggling to attend school. This is Umutoniwase Belize and the first daughter of Fred. As young as she is, she can clearly see that there is a very big problem at home, and she's asking for well wishers to help her family. My name is Umutoniwase Belize. I want to thank the Afrimax community for helping my dad to get medical treatment, even though he later died. I'm also grateful to the person who paid my school fees. But now they have chased us away from the house. Our life has become much more difficult, and I would like to ask people to help us. It's the same wish from her mother, whose disability has cost her so many job opportunities, where her business was affected by the COVID-19, which came at the time she was paying hefty fees for his husband, who was at the hospital and who didn't have any medical insurance. She's grateful to the good help she had received from the Afrimax community, and even though her husband finally died as well. I'm grateful to the Afrimax community who helped me to take care of Fred, even though he died, but they did their very best. They took care of him, and I'm thankful for everything they did for him. You can help this family to get back on their feet through the Giving Lives links found in description and pinned in top comments.
Batwirukanye mu nzu, ubuzima bwarahindutse, ubuzima bwabaye bubi, ariko ndasaba abagira neza ko bakongera bakadufasha.
Life can have its own ways to disturb our future plans, but those who dare to keep their plans on the table have a higher chance of winning its blessings. Thank you for watching. I'm Elijah, and this is Afrimax English. Remember to subscribe.